Matt here with this Scrapebox Classroom exclusive video on Trackbacks. So let's look at Trackbacks in Scrapebox. Now Trackbacks are different than if you're used to doing blog comments, that sort of thing. We do have some settings we can look at first. Under Adjust Maximum Connections, we have Send Trackbacks, and that can be set anywhere from 1 to 100. And that's at 50, and I'm just going to leave it there. Trackbacks actually go pretty fast. They go a lot faster than blog comments. And that is really the only setting for trackbacks, other than if you want to randomize comment post or blog list. That's a good idea as well. As far as setting up proxies, of course, those are still good to use proxies for that. And then we're going to choose trackbacks over here. Now we only get 3 options with trackbacks. We get our websites, we get excerpts that are used for the trackbacks, and then the actual blogs that we're going to send the trackbacks to. Now, trackbacks, as far as your blogs and your excerpts go, are a little bit different than most formatting goes. We can look at them here just in our scrapebox folder. If we go to main scrapebox folder and then we look for trackbacks, they give us some example files. Now you don't want to use these files, but the your blogs file, which would be the website's equivalent here that we're going to load, this is our list of URLs we want to promote in the your blogs file. It should look like this. You have a title, and then a URL, and then a space, and a title and a URL. Now the space here isn't essential, but if you're hand editing this, the space makes it nice, and it'll work with or without the space. But you do have to have one title, no spin text, and then one URL, no spin text. So title and URL do not support spin text, so if you have one URL that you want 5 keywords for, you're going to have to duplicate that URL through here 5 times and put each anchor at the top of it. So it can be a little daunting to try to set up trackbacks from the Your Blogs file. And then trackback excerpts are similar, where you have a title and then an excerpt. Now the title should be, a reasonably short title. This is kind of like your comment if you're doing comments in, like Fast Post or something like that. You have to have a title and then an excerpt. The excerpt would be like your comment, and this would be like a title of that comment. You can use spin text in the actual excerpt itself, but you can't use it in the title. So not in the title, but in the excerpt you can. And again, the space here is optional. So I have a tool that will automate this to some degree and allow you to make this a lot easier. So the tool here is an Excel sheet, and I labeled it Spin Text and Trackback Worksheet. And what happens is it lets us basically copy and paste stuff in, and then it's going to generate our blogs file and our trackbacks file in the format that we need, and we're going to copy and paste that and then save it. So let's work with the your blogs file first. So I have in my folder here, I have the websites I want to use, so my websites, and then my anchors that I want to use. So let's grab my anchors, and my anchors, I'm just going to use a list of names for the purpose of this video, but I'm going to put them over here under anchor because we're doing your blogs file under anchor, and I'm just going to paste them in. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to get my, let me get out of that, I'm going to get my website, which is just random URLs that I have here, but you would put your websites here, and I'm going to paste them into websites. And you'll see these are linked, that doesn't matter. You'll see then we have 103 there, and they line up. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this middle section here, I'm going to highlight this, and you're going to copy this, and we don't want to paste this in Notepad or a text editor like that. We want to use the Scrapebox editor. So we want to go here to Tools, Scrapebox Text Editor, and I'm just going to paste, File, Save As, and then I'm going to save this as my Your Blogs file. If I use another editor besides the text editor, it doesn't work with the formatting of Excel, and you lose your formatting and it messes everything up. And so there we just easily created with copy and paste our your blogs file. Now we're going to do the same thing with excerpts we have here. For the excerpt, we need a title and then an actual excerpt. Now an excerpt will be longer, like a comment, and then the title is going to be shorter. So I have a list of excerpt titles here. I'm just going to grab these, and these are again just random titles. You would obviously make up something relevant to what you're talking about and paste those in, and then I'm going to go over here and grab my excerpt comments is what I'm going to call them, and I'm going to go back here and paste those in, and then go down through here, and we have 88 or 85 looking comments or so. Same thing, highlight, copy. We're going to go back to the text editor tool, Tools, scrapebox text editor. Just Control All and delete that, and then paste in your new, and File, Save As, and we're going to call this excerpts. And once I have my excerpts and my blogs file created, and that was pretty easy, pretty quick. So let's open up the blogs file here, which is my your blogs file. I'm going to open up my excerpts, and then I'm going to open up the blogs that I'm going to send trackbacks to, and then I can hit test comments, and you can see again I'm using a random name and a random website, and then I have an excerpt title and then an actual excerpt, and as I spin through here you can see those all change and everything's put together really quickly, really easily, and it takes all the work out of doing trackbacks. So once that's done, the hard work is done. Pretty easy now. I'm just going to hit start trackbacks. We'll let it go, and you can see in a matter of, we'll let it go for 10 seconds here, and in 10 seconds it's going to buzz through trackbacks, and this is only at 50 connections. So here at 10 seconds I've sent 320 trackbacks, and this particular machine is on a 10 meg connection, so it's going really fast as far as trackback goes, and I can buzz through 2600 in no time, and I've got 400 something successful, 160, 70, I can't even keep up. Failed, so I'm going to abort that, but you would just let it finish and it'll say trackbacks completed in X seconds. And then I have my export options, same as a poster. You get all entries, posted entries, which are going to be your successful. You can do posted entries, and you can merge them to an existing file rather than creating a new file. You can do failed entries, which is obviously going to be the trackbacks that failed. You can do exporting any kind of CAPTCHA that the trackback required. You can add to existing lists in general, create a comment report, create a comment report in CSV, and then export an error log. And then of course here you can see the successful and the failed and the error codes and that sort of thing. Most of these were successful, but the majority of them, 3/4 of them, but then there's some failed, whatever. So that is how you do trackbacks quickly and easily using the trackback worksheet, and you can send a lot of trackbacks pretty quick.